Hello, hello, hello. I am Dr. Ian. Welcome to the Self Talk Show, an experience for you to renew your mind, rewire your brain, and to ultimately reinvent your life. I am so happy and honored today to welcome some person will want to say a special guest. Pastor Brian, who is here with me today, Pastor Brian Calendar from Barbados. He is more than a special guest. He is an esteemed, distinguished guest. So, Pastor Brian, I am here to welcome you officially live and direct onto the Self Talk Show. We know that almost every Wednesday that you are the angel room behind the Self Talk Show, operating all the graphics and everything for me. But today, I'm so thrilled that you are joining me. And for general information, Pastor Brian, as I said, is from the awesome, beautiful island of Barbados. He is a pastor, as I said before. He's also a graphic designer. He is an extremely talented musician. So, Pastor Brian, we want to thank you for being here with me here on the Self Talk Show. Today, we are still in the stress management series, managing stress. So today we're speaking about managing stress using empowerment strategies. And those strategies will be coming from Pastor Brian's book, The Autumn Season. Yes, I am introducing him and I am also introducing his phenomenal book, The Autumn Season. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Self-Talk Show, an experience for you to renew your mind, rewire your brain, and to reinvent your life. Pastor Brian, welcome. And I thank you for being here as we share on managing your stress using empowerment strategies. And it's so amazing that those empowerment strategies, again, will be coming from your book, The Autumn Season. Tell us about the autumn season and then go straight into those empowerment strategies from your awesome book, The Autumn Season. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the esteemed, the distinguished Pastor Brian.
Thank you, Dr. Ian. It's good to be here. Thank you. I think I'm stuck on the screen, but I believe you're still hearing me. That's right.
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So it's good to be here. I thank you for this opportunity to be able to share with everyone. First on the book called The Autumn Season,
Yes.
and then it's based on experiences and seeing being able to come out victorious. So
Yeah.
I from the depths of my heart, Dr. Ian, I thank you for this opportunity, and I trust that what we share tonight will benefit someone, and they'll be able to come out of that place of stress and worry and so on. So again, thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. So if I might jump right into it, the one of the things in the book that is mentioned is the book is about the autumn season. It talks
Yes.
about those periods in our lives when things are difficult, when things are tough, and I believe, Doc, that we're in that season now, in that period, all over
Yes.
the world, and then we still have our personal day-to-day issues to deal with. In the book, I mentioned a lot about not looking down at the autumn season and thinking that it is the end of your life, because very often when we go through something, we don't talk to ourselves positively. We talk to ourselves negatively. We
So
figure, yes, we figure, oh dear, how am I going to get through this? I'm a lost cause, and so on. But like what you always emphasize in the show is positive self-talk.
yes, sir.
And during some major autumn seasons in my life, self-talk is what got me to be able to come to that place where I felt like I was overcoming. So having the taking the opportunity to speak to myself and saying things like, "Oh, you're going to be okay. Um, everything is going to work out. It's difficult now, but everything is going to be all right." And
Yes.
that's one of the things that I mentioned a lot in the book in terms of looking at the positive thing, even when things are down or it looks dark, or being still able to be positive even though it looks difficult. And I think that that's very, very important. So one of the ways to manage stress is to be able to be positive even in the dark period.
Yes.
Because it is necessary to do that, Dr. Ian. If not, you will feel lost. So it is necessary to be positive even though everything outside looks dark. Inner positiveness is very, very important. And
Yes.
and again, as I was saying, that's one of the things that I mentioned in the book, being positive to oneself. The other one that I would like to mention is, which is mentioned in the book as well, is in terms of eradicating worry. It
Yes,
is
sir.
important to eradicate worry from your belief system. You have to be able to function in a place of trusting that everything will work out, as opposed to worry. Because the
Yes.
first thing we do as human beings when everything is not right in our lives, we look at what is wrong and we worry. Or we look at what we don't have and we worry. We look at what we're not getting and we worry. But I said the reverse is what brings the victory, to be able
Yes.
not to operate in a place of worry, but operate in a place of being positive, even though the situation is dark and dismal. Because often in autumn we don't see that you can learn. That's the next thing I would like to share with us, Doc, that in that period when things are difficult, you can learn about yourself. You can learn your
Yes.
strength. You can learn your weaknesses. You can learn so much about yourself when you go through that dark period of life. Let's say for example, someone has a health issue, and they're looking at everything that is wrong with themselves. But and let me be personal here, Doc. A few months ago, I my hand was hurting badly, and I couldn't
Yes.
figure out what was wrong. So I then decided to go to the doctor. Well, let me say I went to the chiropractor. I went to all kind of people to see what was going on with my shoulder. However,
Yes.
when I decided to go to another doctor, when he checked, my pressure was extremely high. I mean, extremely high. What they will call high risk high for a
Wow.
stroke. And Dr. Ian had to make some major changes. So what I did, instead of getting worried, I started to come into understanding. I started to say to myself, Brian, you're going to be okay, or you're going to
Yes.
overcome this. So I started to
Yes, sir.
change. I started to change my diet, doc. So one of the biggest things, I remember doing programs and not feeling well and saying to myself, "Oh, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay." So the
Yes.
thing that you always talk about, power self-talk, is very important. Talking to yourself, encouraging yourself. So I had to do that. I had to encourage myself. I had to say to myself, "Okay, we exercise. We're going to plan exercise. We're going to change our diet. We're going to change
Yes.
our sugar intake. We're going to change our salt intake." And all of this I had to tell myself first. And as I told myself that, then I found that I was able to move forward and actually doing it. So I had the conversation with myself first. So after
Yes.
having the conversation with myself, then I was able to move forward. And all of this I mentioned in the book called the autumn season, because this would have
Yes.
been another autumn season in my life. This would have been a season of change where it looked dark. And doc, me
Yes.
tell you the honest truth, I actually felt like I was going to die. I felt that way. I didn't say anything to anybody, but I actually felt that way. Even sitting here where I am, I felt that way. But I had to
Wow.
constantly encourage myself. Had to constantly speak to myself, or okay, Brian, you got this. You're gonna overcome this. You're gonna champion this. So whatever we go through in our lives, we have to be able to have that inner strength, and the inner strength is having conversation with yourself. And even in that
Yes.
dark period, you are you're able to respond positively.
Definitely. Excellent. And even as you explained there so wonderfully, Pastor Brad, all that you said and all that you experienced and the personal strategies that you use, I know
Mm,
that those will have been extremely beneficial for you as you went into stress, as you were
mm.
stressed, and those were a part of your stress management strategies. We will take a quick break here right now as we just have a quick little sneak preview into the autumn season. Thank you, Pastor Brian, for that, and I am so grateful that we, not just us here, but that the world is not equipped with the autumn season. And as we are here on the self-taught show, speaking about managing stress, how do we deal with stress
Mhm,
using empowerment strategies? Pastor Brian, tell us a bit
mhm.
more about how you manage stress, and tell us a bit more about the strategy, at least one more strategy embedded into the book, the autumn season, so that when
Mhm.
others are going through stress, or when they experience what they will interpret as stress, that your strategies
Mhm.
and your tips will be extremely beneficial. The autumn
Mhm.
season by Pastor Brian Calendar.
Yes, sir. And again, thank you, Doc, for allowing me to be here. Um, One of the other strategy that I would mention to us is faith. Faith. Faith is necessary. Faith is a necessary strategy. Um, it is almost as if faith is a currency, and God responds to that currency. So faith is the opposite of
Yes,
worry,
sir.
and we want faith during times of stress. Now we know that we all will go through different
Yes.
periods of areas that is taxing to our body, taxing to our family, and so on. But I'm saying that if we have faith, then we're able to come out on top, or we're able better to bargain with ourselves if we have faith, because the absence of it can be detrimental, because doc, sometimes all you have is believing that everything is going to be okay. You actually
Yes.
have to if that is all you have. Sometimes you don't have the money, sometimes you don't have the resources, and so on, but faith can bring you to the next point. And that is something that is necessary during the
Yes.
autumn season, during that dark part of your life, that dark situation, that broken heart, that broken relationship, that broken marriage, that broken friendship. If you have faith that everything is going to work out okay, that is important and that is necessary. And I think that having faith is necessary in this journey and in this walk in the autumn season. So faith is another prerequisite that I would say
Definitely.
is necessary, is a necessary tool, is a necessary stress avoidance that we can have during the autumn season of our lives. So I would definitely say faith is one that is required during this time, or during this period of our lives.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Brian. And we know that it has been also scientifically proven that persons of faith and persons who are a
Yes.
part of faith group are able to manage stress better, are able to overcome stress better, and are
Yes.
generally able to deal with stress better. Pastor Brian
Yes.
Canada from Barbados, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you here live and direct on the self-taught show. As I said before, your involvement with the self-taught show on a regular basis every week, along with Pastor Sophie Lamont, you are there in the background making me look good. So I want to thank you very much. I also want to thank Pastor Sophie from right there in Trinidad and Tobago for making me look good every Wednesday. And that looking good on Wednesday takes me into every single day. But Pastor Brian, thank you. Thank you for your book, The Autumn Season. Thank you for sharing these strategies as we shared on managing stress using, you know what, empowerment strategies. And those empowerment strategies came from the phenomenal book, The Autumn Season. I am so grateful that you took time to be here with me right here on the Self Taught Show, and experience for you and experience for all to renew your mind, to rewire your brain, and to ultimately reinvent your life. Today on the Self Taught Show, it has been absolutely amazing, where we were graced by the distinguished, esteemed presence of the one and only Pastor Brian Calendar from Barbados, as he shared really helpful strategies from his book, The Autumn Season. Pastor, before we go, tell us how we can receive our copy of the book, The Autumn Season.
Thank you, Doc. And if you go to if you click on the link, that's it should be in the chat now. If you click on that link, it will take you directly to the book. If not, you can go on Amazon.com. You type in the Autumn Season by Brian Calendar, and it will come up right there. So it's easy to obtain. Right now, we are just doing the electronic copy. Hopefully soon, we'll be able to have the hard copy of the book. But you can go on Amazon; it's available there. And like I said, you can click on this link that's there, or you can also go on Amazon.com, typing the Autumn Season by Brian Calendar, and it will show up right there.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. And I encourage all of you to get your copy of the book, The Autumn Season. Brian Calendar, Pastor Brian Calendar, thank you once again for joining me here live and direct on the Self-Taught Show. And I know we will have a session sometime soon again. So once
Yes,
again,
sir.
this is the Self-Taught Show. I am Dr. Ian. This is an experience for you to renew your mind, your brain, and to reinvent your life. Good night and God bless.
Bye.
Thank you, Pastor Brad.